No Blake, no Rose, but the Pistons came within a thread or two of Dwight Howard's shorts of beating the Sixers here on a Saturday night in downtown Detroit. More on that story coming up here in just a moment.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Pistons live here at the Ram Desk. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday night with us alongside Grant Long. I'm Mickey York. 114-110, the final. The Pistons dropped their fourth straight, and they have now lost 11 of their last 12 to the Sixers. But really a good game from start to finish. It certainly offered a lot more to enjoy than what we saw the previous nights here against the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, I thought the key tonight, and first of all, let me say this, one of the key elements when you're talking about playing a back-to-back, we often talk about the inexperience of youth. Well, the youth tonight really helped the Pistons because they came out right from the outset and provided a lot of energy and really kept them in the basketball game with their up and down, their hustle, their defensive energy. That really helped this team tonight. Secondly, I'll say I thought the Pistons did a very good job of keeping the Philadelphia 76ers in the half-court offense, not giving up those opportunities to run out and play without their defense being set. The Pistons were very good in their half-court defense and pretty much contested a lot of those shots. Embiid had a very good night, but a lot of those shots were very difficult to come by.
And you pointed this out during the game tonight. Without Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose, the Pistons are just forced to play a different kind of game.
Yeah, they are, and more of an up-tempo style basketball game, but a lot more movement as well. You have more guys that are going to, I guess, be productive in the offense, I should say. That's not a knock on Blake or Derrick Rose. Got 15 free throws. That doesn't happen if this was last year and he's playing out on the perimeter trying to shoot three-point shots. Doc has really gotten his ear and got him to buy in on the fact that if he can get down there and take advantage of, because he is very talented. He can do a lot of things on the floor, but where he's going to be best suited for this team is playing near the basket, and I think they have an outstanding chance of being one of those maybe 2 or 3 teams that competes for that Eastern Conference title.
I think one of the questions that remain to be answered is, can Philadelphia do out on the road what they do at home? Last year, they were one of the best teams in the absolute league playing at home, but they were horrible on the road. Now, if they can fix that end of it, then you really got to like their chances of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. I tell you another player, too, Grant and Mickey, that I think Doc Rivers has had an amazing effect on is Ben Simmons. You don't hear people talking about Ben Simmons and his inability to hit outside shots anymore. Doc puts him in a position to take advantage of his strengths. They post him a lot. They let him go to the basket with the basketball. I don't think he shot a jumper. In fact, I know he didn't shoot a jumper tonight, but he still got 20 points.
Yeah, and
he's season high 20.
He's averaging 15, and the way that he goes about doing it is very simple. He likes to play in transition. He likes to run the ball up the floor, and as you mentioned, Greg, taking advantage of that size, put the guys in a position to play to their strengths. That's what good coaches do. They find a way to create those opportunities to get the best out of their players. And I thought, hey, listen, I love Brett Brown. I think he's a fine coach. I've had a conversation with him many of nights. But when you talk about going to that next level, Doc has a resume of saying, I've been to the finals. I can get teams to the finals. I can win championships. This was a great pickup for the 76ers to get Doc Rivers in there.
Yeah, you can see a difference in this team so far under Doc Rivers. The big story for the Pistons tonight, Jeremy Grant, for the first time in 15 games, does not lead them in scoring. That honor belongs to Wayne Ellington, who also shot himself into the Pistons record book tonight. The 21 threes made over his last 4 games, passing Allen Houston for the most over a 4-game stretch in Pistons history. Pretty impressive what he's been able to do this week, Greg Kelser.
Yep, and considering at the beginning of the season, I don't think Wayne was really in the main plans of this coaching staff, because there were a couple of games when he didn't play at all. Well, can you imagine not playing him at all now? But being the consummate professional, he stayed ready. And when his number was called, not only was he ready, he delivered. And he is doing what he does, coming off those screens, ready to shoot the basketball, spotting up in the corners, putting a lot of pressure. And teams are recognizing what Wayne is really capable of doing, so they're trying to do everything they can to get him off the three-point line, make him cut, make him drive, whatever you can. But he knows where to get to and how to get his shot off. He knows what he wants. And because of his constant movement, I mean, I wouldn't want to be chasing this guy all around the court all game. He's going to move. He's going to put a lot of pressure on you to trail him. And the moment you lose contact with him, that's when he ends up with the basketball, shooting it so well.
You know, it's funny that you say that, Greg, and I hope nobody's watching, or rather the other teams are not watching, because we're telling some secrets here. Ellington doesn't do a whole lot inside the three-point line. So I wouldn't call him a one-trick pony, but you mentioned he knows exactly how to get to his space on the floor, because you don't see him take a whole lot of mid-range jump shots. You don't see him. He's not posting up, obviously. He's not getting any layups. He gets a lot of outside shots. So how is he able to do that when he's hunting for a three-point shot a lot of times?
Well, they're running him off screens, and if you can get an effective screen set for him, he knows how to take his guy off that and get just the little necessary separation that he needs to get into his shot with the great elevation. Now, there were a couple of opportunities tonight where he did score inside that painted area on back cuts. Guys are just playing him,
you're right,
trying to take his the three-point area away, so he smartly reads it and back cuts to the basket with good hands, and he got a couple of layups out of it. So, Wayne is just a smart player, and Detroit has been good to him. You know that? This is the second time here, but to my chagrin, I remember in 2009, as a member of the North Carolina Tar Heels, came here and beat the Spartans.
He had an outstanding game.
He's used to having some big games here in downtown Detroit.
I mean, best night of his basketball career, winning a national championship right here in Detroit. This is his second chance here. He was good. He's been good wherever he's been. He's been on a lot of teams, but wherever he goes, I don't think you'll have anybody saying a bad word about Wayne Ellington.
All right, well, as Greg Kelser tries to shake off some of those nightmares from 2009, we will bid him adieu and say we'll see you again on Monday night when these same two teams get together again.
Guys, sound good.
All right, well, not only Wayne Ellington, but the Glassman Automotive spark plug for the Pistons tonight was Svi Mikhailuk. He's been up and down, kind of quiet off the bench lately, but part of a 55-point effort from the Pistons reserves tonight. Svi Mikhailuk leads all reserves with 15, and we join him now as we listen in on his post-game comments.
Just stay confident, work hard. If I don't play, it's more time to get better. So I feel like the time I don't play, I spend to get better. I go to the gym every day, put as much work as I can, but being smart as well. So I feel like that's the main keys.
At the start of that second quarter, when you were in with all young guys, I think you and Josh were the oldest guys out there, and you guys played well. How much confidence does that give you guys as a unit?
A lot, because I feel like everybody cares. Everybody play hard as they can. Everybody doing whatever coach asks them to do. So I feel like for the whole game, we did everything we could to stay in the game and potentially win the game.
I'll go to Johnny Kane.
Hey, Sweet, how would you describe